So anyway, welcome to day 14 of the freelance consultant training. I would try in the subsequent training to see that this training session is not as long as 30 days, because 30 days really can be a lot. And some people can really can wane off. So we want to see how we can compress this, reduce the content, reduce the text, just go straight to the point and hit the areas where trainees are expected to take actions or to have clear understanding and they're able to take action. I know that even for me as a facilitator, to be honest, this training has been also very insightful for me, because it's also reminding me of some of the things that I know that I should apply and some of the things that I probably may have forgotten. So I feel, even without your feedback, that this session has been immensely insightful for everyone who is taking the information here. So like I said, today is a very important topic. Sorry, I think there's a typo error here. Let me try to fix it. Today's a very important topic, okay? And sorry, just a minute. I'm trying to just make the edit.
What was the outcome of everything?
So today, what we want to learn is how to find your people. This is basically trying to see how we can find the people who need our products, who need our services, because it's one thing to have a skill, it's one thing to have a talent, it's one thing to have a service, it's one thing to have a product, and then it's another thing to find the people who need them. Some people have fantastic products, they are skillful at what they do, but they have challenges finding the people who need them. And for me, I feel like this is, for me, that now I'm speaking about me, right? Not for everyone. For me, I feel like this is the most simplest part of the business. I wish, and I think this is what I've been doing probably all my life. Like, people have beautiful products. I am not interested in the nitty-gritty and the details that comes with producing that beautiful product. I am even more interested in confirming that the product is beautiful and getting the people who need them to buy it. And that's the reason why finding the people who needs my products or my services is not usually a difficult thing for me. It's something that I can just do by default. It is something that I can encourage, inspire, motivate people to do naturally. So but some people, finding the people who needs their products and their services is a challenge. And that's why I feel like this module comes in handy. So we need to find out where exactly to find the people who need your products. And today, when technology is at our beck and call, it's even a lot easier than it was before. I started doing business when technology was not as strong as it was. So I knew how I had to strain to be able to get people to see the things that I do. Talk more of now when technology has made it easy for us to just go using our mobile phone to find where the people are and they can see what we do. I mean, one of the early days of my business was during the BlackBerry era. I maximized the BlackBerry. You don't want to imagine. You see how people are getting 100,000 followers, data followers. That's how much I had a lot of people interested in what I do on BlackBerry. But at some point around that period, I got a little overwhelmed, or should I say, there were times when I was not as hot as I was, and the internet came and I was, on a little break, and all that. But now I'm trying to catch up with it, and I'm trying to encourage as many of you also to leverage on it, because I mean, putting your business on the internet, making people see what you do is pretty much the way that things work this time around. And all of us have to leverage on it, right? So I know that it's not easy to start in the first days of your freelancing entrepreneurship journey. For some of you, you are not new to this entrepreneurship thing. But I know that 70% of you are new, and I know that it can be really tasking. It can be really stressful. You don't have all the answers. You're trying to figure everything out. There's no clarity. I understand that. So whilst you're also doing all that, you're also trying to search for your first set of clients, and it can feel like you're looking into a really big, dry desert and not knowing whether you can find anybody or if anybody would really be interested in your service or your product. So as much as I know it gets really confusing and it can get really overwhelming, That is the reason we're putting forums like this together. That is the reason why we're organizing platforms like this, to be able to show you the things you need to do, to synergize with you, to cooperate with you, to create a community where you can be shown how to do these things. Because sometimes on your own, it can get really demoralizing and discouraging. On your own, you might not be able to navigate through it. So when you find an opportunity like this, all I expect you to do is to cling on it and learn the most that you can learn. So that even when you go back to your space and you're trying to do your thing by yourself, you would have gathered some information, gathered some experience, looked at some people fail, look at some people make the mistakes, and then you can now get it right. Okay? So like I said, the good news, or the good part of all of this, first of all, is the fact that you first have to be interested. You first have to be determined. You first have to say, oh, this is something I think I can do, and I'm going to give it a shot. Now, if you're not able to do that, then we're heading nowhere. If you're not able to say, I'm going to be determined, I'm going to put in the work, okay? If you're not able to do, I mean, I feel like that's the only way you can quickly turn your confusion and your overwhelm into something that you'll be proud to look at tomorrow and say, oh yeah, I did it. It worked. I failed here. I corrected it here. This didn't work, but I did it here again. I think I sent a picture into some of our groups. I think it's in the challenge group today, where even when you want to start the thing, it might look like, oh, this is good. This is beautiful. This will work. This will be like, your anticipation is high. But when you begin to do it, like I'm using Emmanuel today, because Emmanuel was the one who said, Madam, please, it's like, I cannot do this thing. Oh, it's overwhelming. Immediately I saw that, I laughed. I said, this young man, they are joking, right? This should be like an opportunity for you to say, oh, well, I'm young, but I'm trying. This is a new thing. It's challenging, but I'm going to do it. Rather than saying I'll throw in the towel when the people who is giving you the assignment hasn't even decided or haven't even confirmed that you're failing at it yet. But anyway, I have created a few tips and tricks based off of experience, based off of research, and based off of what is currently happening that you can use. I think I spoke to Madam Veronica a few days ago, and she was telling me, I know how to do this thing. I have this skill, but how to get people to see my product, how to get people to buy, how to get people to access what I do is usually the challenge. So I know that for more than 60, 70, 80% of the entrepreneurs out there, this is their challenge. And like I said, it's also a challenge for me, but I'm trying to figure the ways out, and I'm researching, I am experimenting, and some are working, some are not working. And that's exactly what entrepreneurship is. You try this today, it does not work, you go back and try it again. In fact, I think that's basically what life itself is. Some of you, in the course of your writing the quiz and sending your assignments, you tell me that one of the challenges you have is the fear of failure. Any human being or anyone who ever fears failure would never be successful. I have failed. You don't want to imagine how many times I've failed. But funny enough, as much as sometimes, yes, we're human beings, it gets us down. We feel bad, we feel down. But there is no successful person. I saw Tony Limelu saying that a few days ago, who has not had a fair share of their failing, or who have not had a fair share of their challenges. All the big names, all the big people you see, they have failed in one way or the other, and they are still failing. Even now, the president of our country is a president, yes, but he's still making mistakes at some of the policies, some of the decisions, some of the things that they are doing. Failing will definitely be things that would happen in the life until we leave here. My father would say, the day you stop solving problems is the day you die. So if you think that because you're going to fail, because you're not going to get it right, you're not going to do it, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't even know what life is. What's the meaning of life if you're not willing to try? So the first thing you want to do if you are trying to find your people is to tell your people. That's the first thing. When I was doing the research and I saw that, I felt, yes, the smart place to start is with your friends and your family. Some of you are afraid that if you tell your friends and your families, they're going to blank out on you, or they're going to say, what is this one? You started again, or something like that. That should not be your problem. And whether you do it or you don't do it, or whether you start it or you don't start it, their family and friends will still talk anyway. In fact, some of them will talk at the fact that you're not doing anything. So why should you be worried about the fact that they will talk that you're already doing something, right? So the smart place to start with your friends and your family. Start with people you know, family members, friends, former workers, former co-workers, former employers, social clubs. It depends on what clubs you belong to, your old students association, whatever clubs you belong to. Tell them you have a group you're in. Tell them this is what you do. Religious organization, you are in a church, you are in a mosque, you are in a community like that. Tell them. Now, all of these guys would, in one way or the other, benefit from the services or the solution that you offer. And these are the people that are around you. They are the people you're going to basically start with. But like I said, a few of them might just snub you and say, oh, what's this one again? Nobody. But don't worry about that. You'll be amazed that as you keep on going and keep telling and keep doing and keep insisting and persisting on the same thing, these same people who it looked like they snubbed you when you told them or they shunned you when you told them, they will be the ones who will tell other people about what you're doing. They can be in a place somewhere and somebody says, oh, I'm looking for somebody who will train my people on freelance skills. Or please, I'm looking for somebody who will sew a cloth for my child. Or I'm looking for somebody who would help me with bookkeeping or with my accounting stuff. They can ask for they can be in a place where somebody's asking for something and they will remember that, oh, I have a brother, oh, I have a friend, oh, I have someone who can do it. You'll be amazed that those people who snub you will be the ones who will recommend you. So first place to start is to tell your people, and start with your friends, start with your family, start with your co-workers, start with your former employers, start with anyone, social clubs, church, wherever it is you go to. Tell them about what it is you do. And it doesn't matter what it is you do, so long as you believe in what you're doing, that's good enough. Okay. Then the next place is social media. Like I said, after our everyday life, the most powerful community we have now is social media. And if you're new to freelancing or you're a newbie entrepreneur or you're an entrepreneur for that matter, okay, you must be on social media. In fact, you want to treat social media like your new best friend. But as much as I know many people already choose social media as their new best friend, many people choose social media as their best friend, but talking or playing or doing things that they are not supposed to be doing on social media. But you want to use social media as your best friend to talk about your businesses, to make connections with people who are like you, who are either entrepreneurs or just even be friends. Admire their businesses if they have some that they're advertising. Connect with them, like, comment, share their posts, make connections, support their businesses in any way you can. The good thing about this is that if you do that to your friends, you do that to the people around you on social media, they will do the same for you as well. So it means that if you're supporting them, liking, commenting, sharing their posts, whenever you also post your own stuff about your business or the services that you offer, they will do the same. If you make a nice hair for a client who is happy and you post it on your social media page, you'll be amazed that your friends will be like, wow, it's beautiful. They will help you share it. And they will share it with their other friends who will see it, and subsequently they will patronize you. If you are starting a homeschool lesson and you take a picture of your flyer and you post it on your social media page and they see it, they will say, oh, my friend would want this, or my sister would want, or somebody will. That's how you make connections on social media. And this, like I said, will go a long way in the early days to support you and give you the confidence that you need, to keep going. Because again, in the early days, you need some level of support to be able to get confidence and get going. The next thing you want to do is to knock on doors. And I mean both literally and otherwise, like knock on doors, depending on what you're going to be serving, the problem you're going to be serving. If your clientele are going to be within your local environment, go and knock on their doors. Knock on doors in the morning and tell them, hey, since I'm not working now, I'll be available to teach your children English and maths between 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock every day. You can bring them. I will take just a little token. In fact, in the first week, don't bring money. Just bring them. Some of you have to offer some pro bono service in the early days to just get people to see your commitment and your passion at what you do. And then subsequently, they would be willing to want to pay the fees that you ask. So some of you might start offering these services even as pro bono, right? But what I mean here is that you need to literally knock on doors. Some of you, when you decide on that business, make it a duty to tell 5 to 10 people on a daily basis about the services that you offer. I told you about those guys who will be interested in cooking for people, those guys who will be interested to clean for people. Go and tell the people that this is what you do. Though sometimes they might not be physical doors, but it depends on what you do. Like I said, if your service is within your community, literally go and knock on doors. Literally go to church and tell people that you offer laundry services. Literally go to church or mosques and tell people, hey, I can offer this, I can do that, I can do that. So yes, you should literally knock on doors. But on the other hand, it might not be like the literal, not physical doors. It could be, for example, making cold calls. You can pick up your phone and list out 10 to 20 people on your phone that you want to call and tell them about the services that you offer. You'll be amazed that people within your contact need that services that you offer. Call them. It's called cold calling. Or you can call them and say, hey, there's somebody that you know. Oh, my name is Esther. Please, I'm calling you to let you know that I can cook a pot of soup for you. I noticed that you're a bachelor and you don't have time to cook. I can cook 2 pots of soup for you at 10,000, and I'll bring it to you every Saturday or every other Saturday. Yes, that's cold calling. You can use WhatsApp. WhatsApp is my go-to place, and I use WhatsApp like I am. If my phone has 90% timeline, or sorry, 100%, I'm on WhatsApp 70% of the time. Most of you can tell. That's how I relate to as many of you. WhatsApp is working. WhatsApp is the most handy. Some people, if I'm me, I don't even like to pick calls, but I like to do WhatsApp. So use WhatsApp, send bulk messages. We're going to show you how you can take advantage of some of the apps that we're using to send messages on WhatsApp and get the feedback. Email. Some of you, depending on the services that you offer, if your services is a B2B sort of service, you will need to email people. You will need to send them email and tell them, oh, this is what I do, this is what I do. In Nigeria, it will work. In fact, when you do email, because it's not a conventional thing, it works so much. All of these things that I'm telling you, they actually do work. And again, what do you have to lose anyways? If you don't ask, if you don't knock on doors, if you don't do this cold calling, if you don't do these emails, you don't send these WhatsApp messages, you naturally already have a no. So why don't you just ask? Because if you ask, it's either you get a yes or a no. But if you don't ask, you automatically already have a no. So why should you not ask? So these are the 3 things we expect you to do. These are the 3 tips that I have for you. First of all, you want to make sure that you tell the people around you. You want to use social media, and then you want to knock on doors. So these are the 3 things that you must do. Now let's get to it. Let's get directly to it. First of all, WhatsApp group. We encourage you to join WhatsApp groups. We're going to teach you, those guys who are in the challenge, we're teaching them. For those of you who are not in the challenge, it's okay, but I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You need to join WhatsApp groups, okay? Get friendly with the admin. Tell him about your business and plead with him that he should allow you to post your pictures or post your business or post something that you do on the WhatsApp group so that people can reach out to you. The tendency for the admin to accept is, let's say 70-30. Some can say, no, we don't want to promote anything. Some can say, okay, yes. Sometimes if you persist, the admin might succumb and it can allow you. So join WhatsApp groups, be friendly with the admin, and post your stuff. But for some of you also who really want this skill, I did a separate video, and I'm going to have that class today with the guys in the challenge to show you how you can use some apps. There's something called WhatsApp Responder. There's another one called WhatsApp Sender to send WhatsApp messages to up to 1,000 to 2,000 people per time. And you can be doing that and be doing something else. Yes, it's code WhatsApping or it's code calling. In this case, it's code WhatsApp because these people, they are not soliciting for that message, but it can help you tell people about your product. Some of you might not need to say anything. You just send only a flyer. We'll show you how to send pictures or send videos, or send links. And when they see it, if you send to 2,000, for example, the tendency for 200 to be interested is there. The tendency for 20 to eventually buy is there. So you can leverage on these opportunities. Some of them are going to say, oh, who is this? Some of them are going to say, don't send me this message. Some of them are going to be nasty. But that's okay, because like I said, if you don't tell anyone, you already get a no. So why don't you tell someone and don't be bothered whether they say yes or they insult you, or at the end of the day, you are doing something legitimate. You're trying to sell something to them that they like. Facebook is a place that every business person should be. Every business, because almost everyone is on Facebook. There are some people who are not on Instagram. There are some people who are not on LinkedIn, on Twitter, but almost about everyone is on Facebook. So you want to create a Facebook page. I was showing our guys in the challenge how you should review your current personal Facebook page into a professional one. If you need that information, let me know. Chat me, I will send it to you. You can change your personal Facebook page to a professional one so you can utilize that platform as both your personal and your professional Facebook page. You want to share your work, share your services. Don't be bothered whether you get likes or you get connections or you get comments and all that. Just share it. Subsequently, when you start getting popular and getting engagement, even the messages that or the pictures that you shared or the flyers that you shared a year ago will still be getting engagement. So just share them, let people see and know that you do what you do. And, keep making the effort to grow your platform. If you use Facebook, for example, support it with WhatsApp. Have a WhatsApp business profile. I even forgot to mention that. You need to set up a WhatsApp business, particularly for your business, and create catalogs, WhatsApp catalogs that would talk about the various products and services that you have. I think when we're trying to design the package, there's a particular module that will say, let's develop your package. We would indicate how you need to do that. Okay, so do a WhatsApp business, put your catalog there, put your pictures, your flyers in there, and you'll be able to maximize. So anytime anybody chats up with you and tells you, hey, I want something, you just send them the catalog, and then they see the price and they decide to buy or not. The same thing happens for WhatsApp group. The same way you also have a Facebook group. The same way you also have a WhatsApp group. Be part of the WhatsApp of the Facebook group. There are many Facebook group on Facebook. Check the one that aligns with your industry, that aligns with your business. Get into it. Get friendly with the admin. Ask him to post your stuff. Some Facebook group does not even have restrictions. They are most of the time maybe business pages where they allow every entrepreneur to post their stuff. Post your stuff. Many of you in this WhatsApp, in this training, I saw you on WhatsApp groups. I was in WhatsApp group where I posted the link and some of you joined. You can take advantage on most of the Facebook groups that are open-ended. They don't have any restrictions. Anybody can post and people can see and they can subscribe. So take advantage of that as much as possible. Then Instagram, sorry, I think there was a little challenge with this. Instagram, I'm not strong on Instagram. I have an Instagram handle. In fact, I noticed that unconsciously I had over 1,000 followers on Instagram without even knowing. This was a couple of years ago. But now I want to begin to be strong on Instagram. Instagram requires some high quality of pictures and videos to get some level of engagement. You might want to consider to do that depending on the kind of business you do. If, for example, you do a fashion business, a hairdressing business, all of those shenanigans kind of businesses, Instagram is a place you want to be. Subsequently, we will create opportunity to have this training. Like, for example, the freelance marketing training, we're going to be able to show people how they can leverage on Instagram, to promote their business.